it's going to be hard, man. So you're going to have to really pay attention you have to pay attention in these press conferences to make sure you're not asking the same question twice or asking the same question a different way. That's the challenge. And that's a challenge I actually enjoy because I like being the one that a coach says, that's a really good question, or a player says, that's something I haven't been asked before. That's something that I live for as a journalist. That's something we should all live for as journalists, to be quite honest with you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new edition of the Chris 2 Cents podcast with your boy, Chris Stevens, a writer who talks about his 2 cents with common sense. Let's get these headphones right. I hate having a funny shaped head because the earphones never look right on my head. But anyway, hopefully you all are doing well out there. It's a brand new week. It is the last unofficial week of summer as Labor Day is right around the corner. It's this weekend coming up. So hopefully you guys have some fun things planned. You guys have something to do, some food to eat, some good times to enjoy with your friends and your loved ones and your family. Me, I'll be covering college football. That's basically what this episode of the Chris 2 Cents podcast is about, is telling you guys what my day-to-day consists of as a veteran sports writer. If you're new to the channel, I have been a sports writer. This is going into my 24th season of covering sports at some level, whether it's been high school, college, limited pro stuff. I mean, I had one professional assignment, and that was covering media day for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. So, it's just been a high school and college beat writer's life for me, which I don't mind because it's still sports and it's still a story to tell. But yeah, I'm covering Black college football for HBCU Sports this fall. So this week I'll be starting today. In fact, by the time you guys are watching this, I'll be sitting in on the first MEAC Coaches Conference of the season with the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference of football coaches. And just to let you guys know that this life isn't easy. This past weekend, I still found time to do something for my self hustle, my solo hustle, my self-employment purposes, and my hustles is what I'm trying to say. I got to do a concert. It was the only concert I've been able to do this summer, but because number one, it was free. It can't be free. And number two, it was about 10 minutes from my house. A local councilwoman, shouts out to Xanthia Oliver, the 3rd District of Wilmington, Delaware, had the Millie Cannon free jazz concert in Brown Burton Winchester Park here in Wilmington, Delaware. And I got to see Breakwater. And if you guys are not familiar, Breakwater is a band that I'm a huge fan of. In fact, so much of a huge fan that Steve Green, who plays bass, and Gene Robinson Jr., the lead singer, they were among the first guests on my music podcast on the Groove Line. So they were like, we're coming to Wilmington in a couple of weeks. When we were recording, they were like, we're coming to Wilmington in a couple of weeks. You going to be there? Yes, I am. So I took my good camera, my Sony my Sony A7 II. I don't know where I got the AR part from, but whatever. So I took that camera, I shot the whole show, an hour's worth of video. And I posted some of it on the Groove Line YouTube channel. If you guys are interested, I'll put that link in the description below. And then I went straight from the concert. I got a selfie with Steve real quick. I couldn't find Gene. And, that was bothering me because I wanted to get a selfie with both of those guys because I wanted to thank them both for believing in my music podcast. But I could only get Steve, which was fine because Steve was real cool to talk to. So beat it back to the house. Came back here to the apartment and got live on stream with my colleagues, Jared Hoffman and Ken Rashad, for the HBCU Sports live stream of the MEAC SWAC Challenge between North Carolina Central and Southern. So my day officially didn't start until about 5 o'clock and didn't end until about 11:30, somewhere around there in that neighborhood. 10, not a little after 11 because the game started at 7:30. It was actually a quick moving football game for a college football game, first weekend of the season. So that's part of my job is, shooting video, doing podcast appearances, being a panelist on podcasts and things. And I still write. So I've got, this MEAC coaches thing coming up. I've got hopefully games to cover. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of sports information directors about press credentials because for some strange reason, a lot of these SIDs, man, they be struggling with getting back to folk. And I know that they're overworked, especially at HBCUs. But hopefully I get my credentials and I can start covering games in person again this year. I missed out in 2024. I don't want to miss out again in 2025. So hopefully that works. And hopefully that, becomes a thing. So my days and my weekends are about to be extremely busy. And this is where I want to really, get down to the brass tacks of what I do as a journalist, because I don't think a lot of people understand what journalists do on the day to day. People think we just sit around waiting for stuff to happen. Now, we still got to go out and we still got to dig. We still got to, contact people. We still got to do all the important stuff that, people feel like, is easy pickings, but it's not, because, you gotta make phone calls. You got to email. And then, when you're in these press conferences with other media members, you have to be thinking of questions that haven't been already asked. Because I can tell you now, by the time you hear this, I mean, like I said, I'll be on the MEAC media call by the time you guys are watching this, but I guarantee you, there will be at least 20 media members in this MEAC press conference, because now we have Mike Vick, who's coaching Norfolk State, and Deshaun Jackson, who's coaching Delaware State. So we're going to get a bunch of new people from like national outlets, local outlets, aspiring outlets. So it's going to be hard, man. So you're going to have to really pay attention you have to pay attention in these press conferences to make sure you're not asking the same question twice or asking the same question a different way. That's the challenge. And that's a challenge I actually enjoy, because I like being the one that a coach says, that's a really good question, or a player says, that's something I haven't been asked before. That's something that I live for as a journalist. That's something we should all live for as journalists, to be quite honest with you. So that is basically me giving you guys the intel on what I do in my professional life. And it's super busy. When you're covering sports, there's never a dull moment, especially during college football season. You've got the portal, you've got the battle of the bands, you've got rivalries, you've got smack talk. I mean, thanks to social media now, smack talk has taken on a whole nother realm. So you got to be looking out for stuff and say, oh, wow, how are they going to respond to this? Or if a coach or a player does an interview and it's an interesting comment, you have to sort of build a story around that. Like, okay, they said they want to do this. How are they going to do that this Saturday? How are they going to change what they did last week and do it better this week? So it's always something. It's nothing, easy about this. Like, it is hard work. Like, for example, like I told you guys about my Saturday, I went and shot a concert, and then I came back and did the live stream. I woke up on a Sunday morning. I went to bed around 11:30, 12 o'clock, woke up at 6 a.m. I was like, well, can't go back to sleep. Might as well go ahead and get started on this, editing this footage. Because I promised Steve Green that I was going to send him his bass solo from one of their songs. He did this incredible bass solo. I may post it on the Groove Line YouTube, but I'm going to wait for Steve to post it on his YouTube first. And, doing all of that, I woke up this morning to a message from my editor. They say, hey, can you write this story about this kid? And I'm like, okay. So I did that after editing all the footage together that I was going to edit for public consumption. There's still an hour's worth of raw footage that I haven't even touched yet. I may just end up, putting that together and just saying, hey, here's a concert film. Enjoy yourself, and do it like that. But this is going to be the part where I really get tested with regards to everything else in my life, with weight loss, trying to get back down under 270, trying to start a new novel and have something done for Christmas, because this Christmas novel idea, boy, that's going on my Patreon. I'm going to put like the first chapter on the Patreon. And again, if you guys sign up for $1, you get access to all my creative writing stuff. You get Patreon exclusive podcasts. And there's literally like 10 or 15 things on this Patreon right now. So for $1 a month, that's about anywhere between 5 and 10 cents per piece of content. I don't think you can beat that. So if you guys want to help me out, maintain my be able to pay my bills and do everything else while we figure out this payroll situation at HBCU Sports, you can sign up for my Patreon for $1 a month. And I think that's a fair deal for everything that I'm doing over on that Patreon and everything that is to come over on that Patreon. So yeah, this Christmas romance novel idea been kicking around in my head for 3 or 4 years. I've done rough drafts. I just haven't, just been able to see it through, but I'm determined to see it through this Christmas, because I feel like it's something that's needed. I feel like the story has merit. I've mentioned it before on this channel, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put the first chapter on the Patreon and let you guys peep the scene. There is something that I did post on the Patreon that is brand new, but it's actually 13 years old. It's a short story, 12 years old. It's a short story I wrote called Patience is a Virtue. This is another one of those, hot and steamy short stories. And I think it's something that you'll enjoy. Once again, my Patreon is only $1 a month. I don't think you can go wrong with that. But there's a lot going on, and I'm going to bring you guys all the inside scoops, the behind the scenes stuff, what I do on a daily basis as a journalist. So that's going to be the crux of this channel. I still plan to have writing guests on to talk about writing, journalism, novel writing, and all of that. So we're just getting started with the reformation of this channel, and with your help, it can be great. And that's my 2 cents for Monday. Greatly appreciate y'all, as always, for tuning in to the Chris 2 Cents podcast. Contact information will be in the description below. So will the Cash App, so will the PayPal, so will the GoFundMe. That is still in progress. You guys want to help out any of those ways. Also, the Patreon link. Any one of those 4. It's fine with me. So thank you guys for watching and listening. Until the next time we speak, y'all be good or be good at it.